I have a student loan. I won't say how long I've had it because at this point it's just embarrassing.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to eliminate it. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, Uncle Sam just owns me because I also have other business ventures that I'm in. But my student loan, I think, is the one area with this P.I.L.L method that I kind of don't understand how I would use the P.I.L.L method. I know that's going to come shortly. How to use the P.I.L.L method to pay off the student loan. Understand it a little bit more around mortgages, but not entirely around student loans, right?
So are you seeing student loan larceny on your screen, Carrie?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. So here's what we're talking about with this. I had a student, all right, who I had talked to who graduated from university here locally and had $9,500 in student loans, not 95,000, not 195,000, only 95,000 at 6% at $50 a month he was paying. Did you take a guess at how long it's going to take him to pay off $9,500 at $50 a month at 6%? Give me a guess.
20 years.
20 years. Okay, let's take a look at this. It's actually going to take 601 months will be coming up on your screen. It's going to take 50 years to pay off that loan that way. 50 years. Okay. Remember at the outset, I was saying, folks, if we're doing what we're taught to do, all right, there's no reason to be embarrassed because we're doing what we're taught to do. It is not, I repeat, it is not your fault because we are following best practices. Carrie, do you get that?
I do.
Okay, not your fault. We just need to understand how this thing works. So listen, let me show you what's going on. The total amount of interest that the bank wanted this young man to pay was $20,550 in interest on a $9,500 loan. The total interest paid as a percentage of principal, 216%. So that's 6%, ballooned to 216.316%. Was there anybody to explain this to this young man? How could he have known? Okay. All right. So here's what's happening. Now on your screen, you're going to see payment 1 through 13. And on the very first payment of his 50 bucks, $2.50 went to principal. How much went to interest, Carrie? Are you seeing that? How much?
47.50.
Listen, how fair is that?
Mercy.
No one told
Mercy,
this
that's
young
Robert.
man that $47.50 of his payment was going to go to interest. Well, listen, it gets better as we go down because the next month, see, when he paid us $2.50 and $47.50 went to interest, he was left with a principal balance of $49,797.50. Now he owes less. So his interest payment on the next line has to be less, just according to math. But amortization does this. His next interest payment on line 2 is how much money?
47.49.
Oh my gosh. You mean it's just a penny difference?
Penny.
Gary, did you know the loans work like this?
I found that out.
Yeah. So here's what we're talking about. So I expressed to the young man, do you know you can pay extra on these loans? Okay. Now, most people say, well, Don, where did I get that extra money from? After you pay all of your bills, after you do everything you're supposed to, all right, there may be a little money left over at the end of the month. Would that be true, Miss Carrie?
Yes.
Most people think that little bit of money left over at the end of the month can't do much. Is that your thinking as well?
It's not. I think I just became a little resigned when it came to my student loans.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this thing. All right. So now if we're making that first payment in January, let's call that first payment January. February's principal payment is how much money?
That's line 3 you're referring to?
Nope. If we're starting this thing out in January on line 1,
okay.
February's principal payment would be how much money?
Oh, it's $2.51.
$2.51. So do we have to wait till February to give the bank that $2.51?
No.
If we had it, could we give it to them in January as well?
Yes.
So we would give the bank the $50 payment plus, let's give them the $2.51. Okay. And if we do, we're already paid down to the principal balance on line 2, $9,494.99. We're paid down to there in January, aren't we? That means our next loan payment, student loan payment, would be on what line of the schedule?
$2 student loan payment would be on line 3.
Exactly.
Correct?
So we got
Mhm.
rid of line 2 for only $2.51,
Mhm.
not $50, correct?
Correct.
And what happened to that interest payment of $47.49 on line 2? What happened to that?
It was eliminated.
Eliminated for $2.51. Ms. Carey, do
Mhm.
you see how
I
easy
see.
it is to get rid of that? So now I need you to take a look at column 3 and column 4 right now, where we have cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Are you seeing those lines?
3 and 4.
Column
Yes.
3 and column 4. Okay. So what we're also looking at is line 12 on that schedule. After 1 year, here's how the student loan company wanted this young man to pay his student loans. After 12 months, he would pay this loan down by $30.84. How much interest would he pay in that amount of time? Look at cumulative interest right next door to the right.
$30.84.
That's the principal. Look next door to the right and see how
The
much
interest.
interest they wanted him to pay.
$569.16.
Now tell me, is that legal
Wow.
to charge this young man out of school $569 interest just to pay off $30.84 on his loan?
Right. Yeah.
Is it legal?
No.
I'm
It
asking.
shouldn't be. It is.
It
but
is,
shouldn't be.
but it
It
shouldn't
is.
be. We didn't ask if it was moral. We just asked if it was legal.
Yes, it's legal.
Okay. So what if we did this, Miss Carey? What if we decided we wanted to prepay the $30.84, pay it on line 1? Would the student loan company be obliged to place $34.84 on principal right up front, take the $50 in payment, and then pay an additional $30.84? What would happen?
It would eliminate that cumulative interest.
Wow. Look at that. All the interest payments between line 2 and line 12 would be eliminated. And what happens to the $569.16 now?
It's gone.
Miss Carey, would you like to know how you can eliminate all of your student loans in an average of 5 to 7 years?
Yes.
All right. Then what you need to do, that 10K card you clicked on, you
Mhm.
can also get a savings and earnings report. Click that
Okay.
button. Fill out the information. Someone from my staff will give you a call, confirm your information, and set up for you a consultation. Now, our
Okay.
consultations are only $150. But
Okay.
if we can save you tens of thousands of dollars, it's probably an investment well made. What do you say?
Absolutely.
All right, Carrie. Miss Carrie, do you have any other questions for us this morning?
I do,
Go
but I'm
ahead.
going to let others speak.
All right. So
I
you
could be here all day with my questions. I'm a student, so I love learning more information. So I'll leave the floor open for others, and then if there's time, I'll circle back.
listen.
Otherwise, I'll do that consultation
Yes.
and more than one if I need to.
Well, listen, you just stay on the stage, and if we have time, we'll get back to you. But listen, your question has helped a lot of people. Please don't ever be embarrassed about what you don't know and couldn't have known because it wasn't taught at any level of your education. Can you do that for me?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Thank you so very much.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L. method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.